Hey guys, I have a book review for you. First off, I have to tell you where I've been because I would have finished this book yesterday, but I was so sick with stomach virus, and I'm still a little weak today, so I decided to take another day off of work just because I'm still really weak. And oh gosh, it was so terrible. It was absolutely dreadful being so thirsty and dehydrated but not being able to drink anything because you throw it back up. Oh my gosh, it was terrible. Um, but luckily, I'm feeling better today, and I'm just gonna take it easy today and then go back to work tomorrow, and then I have the weekend off. So hopefully, I'll be fully recuperated by Sunday. But yeah, horrible. But I'm in my living room right now just because I thought it'd be better lighting and a different set scenery. So that's why I look kind of flushed and exhausted. But anyway, I started at like 6 o'clock yesterday morning and it didn't let up until about 2 o'clock this morning. So terrible. But anyway, this book that I'm reviewing is Every You, Every Me by David Levithan. And this book was incredible. I gave it a 5 out of 5. It's a photographic novel, which means there's pictures inside the book to go along with the writing. I think I will show you one, if I can find one. Like this. There's pictures. And I thought that Evan was amazingly written. All the characters were. You could totally feel their pain and their suffering and their angst and how this girl's disappearance and whatnot was completely, they were wrapped up in their pain so much, especially Evan. He was so crazy. Like, oh my gosh, I could not believe him. Um, he was so wrapped up in his pain that he couldn't see anything else. And he had so much love for Ariel. And it was so beautiful. I loved it. But the premise of this book is obviously about a guy named Evan. And Evan loses his best friend Ariel. And it's just his pain at first. And then he gets a photograph and it just leads off this chains of events that you have to try to solve the mystery of Ariel's disappearance with Evan. And he doesn't know where these photos are coming from, who they're coming from, and it was just really interesting to solve the puzzle along with him. And it was really, really interesting and completely took my interest. I wish I could have read more, but I was so sick. I started this book at like 8 o'clock on Tuesday night, and I read, I think, like about this much, and I had like this much left, and I had to go to sleep because I had to work the next day, but then I got sick, and I couldn't. But here's another photo. And what I love about this book as well is there's some parts that are crossed off, like right there. You can kind of see it's crossed off, and so you can still read what's in his head. But we've all done it too. Like we think things, but then we like mentally cross them out in our head and see something else. David Levithan is a genius, and I don't know why I haven't read any of his books before, but thank you, whoever recommended him. I think it might have been Melissa that recommended him to me, but oh my gosh, he's so good. So, so, so good. And what I loved also about this book is the photos were from Jonathan Farmer, who is an amazing photographer. I've seen him before, and David Levithan. And what they did, I was reading the acknowledgments, and what they did was Jonathan sent him a photo. He saw a photo, this photo actually, the cover. If you can see, that's Evan. Let me see if I can find the other picture of him. But he saw that picture on his fridge, and there, right there. I hope you guys can see that. But that's Evan. and he fell in love with it, and then he had that idea for the novel. So what he did was he convinced Jonathan Farmer to help him write a photographic novel. And what they did was Jonathan sent him a photo, and David Levithan completely wrote the story around that whole picture. The whole chapter was about that one photo. And so when he needed another photo, he just sent him another one. So it was so neat because David Levithan didn't know what photo he was going to get, and Jonathan Farmer didn't know what the writing was like until the book was finished with the first draft. So I thought that was amazing because I would have thought they worked much more closely together with how good the writing was and how interesting it was. So thumbs up for them. I mean, gosh, I could never do that. And I'm really starting to get into photographic novels. The first one I read was Miss Peregrine's School for Peculiar Children, or Home for Peculiar Children. And I thought that one was awesome too, because I'm a very visual person, and I can read and make up my own characters and stuff, but it is nice to kind of have some kind of guide to what they look like, because when Evan was crying, I can totally picture this guy crying and in so much pain, and he was slowly losing himself. He was slowly losing it, and I kind of thought that it was interesting how, like, they're both Ariel and Evan were both kind of the same people, but not. But they felt the same thing, that they were that closely intertwined that they felt what each other felt. And that was beautiful. And I really wish that there was someone that could love anybody that would love you as much as Evan loved Ariel. And it was a love story and a mystery, and it was finding yourself, and it was a beautiful, beautiful book. And I really recommend that you guys read it. It is an amazing novel. I'll show you guys what it looks like again. And the best part is this title is from a Placebo song, which is awesome. And there were some times where I played it while I was reading it, and I totally got the feel for it. And it's really fun if you guys want to like play that song on repeat a couple chapters. You really get the sense of the book as well. So 5 out of 5, awesome, awesome novel. Really recommend that you guys read it. The mystery is really good. It just keeps you going, and it's actually a rather short book because there's some pages with just a couple lines on it like this, and the photos take up half the page, so it's actually really short. And I think there's only like 248 pages, so it's a super quick read, but it's so chock full of emotion and mystery that you really need to read it if you have not yet. So get your hands on this book. So yes, that's my review for this one. Really interesting. And I have no idea what I'm going to read next. I think I might take a break because I'm ahead in my book challenge now. So I think I'm going to take a break for today and just try to focus on getting well. I do have to go to the library, though, because I have a hold that's going to expire, I think, tomorrow, and the library that I placed the hold at is closed tomorrow. So I'm going to try to venture out today, and who knows what I'll pick up. So, yeah, I hope you guys are having a good day, and I will talk to you soon. Bye.